I'm Aisha and I'm the Day 10 and Enrichment Program Manager at Southbank University Academy. One of the biggest reasons that I chose to pick Jamie's Farm as a Day 10 project is because it really lives out our values of social justice, empathy, kindness and endeavour. It allows our students to understand the real life application and how to live out these attributes, but more specifically allows them to understand how to work together and how to come together as a community, something that we hold really true to ourselves here at SBUA. Jamie's Farm allows our students to understand the niche skill of farming and tending to animals, which is something that our students might not see as accessible to them. But alongside that, it also allows them to understand skills like cooking, develop their ability to communicate with each other, develop their ability to work together in groups that they wouldn't necessarily find themselves talking to in their daily school life. And this allows them to understand that working together, teamwork, perseverance, hard work are all attributes and skills that they require when they enter the real workforce. And if they don't choose to do farming as a career choice, we've at least exposed them to that career, but we've also set them up really well for whatever career choices they choose. And that's how we take on the idea of social mobility. We allow our students to understand the other values that we hold true to ourselves and therefore get exposed to social mobility and understand that they can make whatever choice they want to if they put these attributes to action.
My name's Nathaniel, I'm in year 7, I go to Southbank University Academy. I was cooking food, pasta and salad, and we were collecting the leaves from the flower pots and ripping them out so we can make the salad. I made pesto with the leaves as well, but you can't feed everything to goats.
I'm Jo. I'm the Education Officer here at Oasis Farm Waterloo. We run Jamie's Farm intervention programme for students, which is based on our basic tenets of family farming and therapy. The students come here in small groups over the course of a term, once a week, and we ask them to do all sorts of jobs that they would not normally have the chance to do in the city, or certainly not at school, with an aim of building confidence, self-esteem, and generally discovering things about themselves without even realising it. By enabling students to challenge themselves in an environment which is maybe not familiar to them, within them, it opens up ideas of opportunity and maybe something totally outside their everyday experience, and that can be a legacy, that can be something that stays with them beyond their time on the farm. We're not here to teach, we're here to allow them to experience things that they would not normally get to do in mainstream school, that through doing that they may well find facets of their skills, their personality and so on that they hadn't actually identified before. We're always asking the students to challenge themselves, even doing jobs that they really don't like the idea of, because at the end of that there is often a sense of satisfaction, but they're working cooperatively, showing a respectful attitude and challenging themselves to do things that they have not experienced before in their lives.
I'm Tom Playwood. I'm the Head of Humanities at Southbank University Academy, and I'm also the lead teacher for the SBUA allotment. So the gardening project is we have a roof garden in our school where once a week we come together for Day 10 to work in the garden to do basic gardening stuff like clearing the raised beds, getting the raised beds ready, planting vegetables, sowing seeds, harvesting vegetables, general gardening stuff. On top of that, we also have 2 enrichments a week, one on Monday, one on Friday, where we work with different groups, smaller groups, to continue with the work we're doing during Day 10.
My name is Mahdi and I go to Southbank University Academy. I mean, personally, I really enjoy working in the roof garden, mostly because, you're surrounded by wildlife and greenery, and it's just nice to tend to plants, cater to them, just water them as well, move plant pots here to there. I would say my favorite part in particular would just be, watering the soil and just taking the watering can from here to there. So more recently, we've been working on reviving the garden. Some of the plants have lost their color to them, so just, bringing the greenery back into their leaves, just nurturing them, making sure they're in good care, watering them, giving them the nutrients and minerals they need.
So the obvious horticultural skills like sowing, harvesting, planting, clearing out raised beds, watering plants. However, there's also less obvious but very transferable skills like teamwork, organizational skills, long-term planning, communication, that will be very, very useful later on in life.
So the first time I came to this garden, I was with a bunch of my friends, and our first impressions were, this is just a side hobby that people do, just something they do in their free time. But the more I've been here, the more I realize, this is a very viable career option for many people. Gardening, going to the field of nurturing plants and stuff like that. It's some of my friends have taken an interest to it actually, and I found it quite a fascinating career option to go into. And honestly, I wouldn't expect that this is an entire industry that people would delve into. But the more I've been here, the more I've come here, the more I realize this is a nice career path to go into, a nice therapeutic one to go into as well. And I really enjoyed my time here.
I think gardening itself is some kind of, or can be some kind of social movement. It is allowing our students to come into contact with where does our food actually come from. Showing them, look, we can grow our own food, or we can produce our own food, stepping away from being reliant on their ready meals or their processed food, and allowing them to get in touch with what is essentially healthy food. There's also the element of charity. Lots of food that we've grown, we've handed out, we've given away. So there's that element of contributing to the community in which they live, which I think is very important. So recently, our students have been working on planting a variety of vegetables and companion plants. So things like, for example, beans, or growing radishes, all types of lettuce, spinach, things that for some people might be very self-explanatory, but for lots of our students are very new experiences, which has been very exciting for them. The most interesting thing, I think, is the planting vegetables they've never heard of. They have no idea what it looks like. They will have heard of what a courgette or a marrow is, but they have no idea what it looks like, or they have no idea what a bean plant actually looks like. And I think what might be very self-explanatory things for lots of us are actually things that lots of our students have never done before, which makes it very exciting to do. So pretty much everything we've done, I think, is very exciting.